interface that you want to do. Okay, there's a retail dashboard. We provide 3 by default, which is actually going to be growing here because it's kind of we're going to need it, and then we can add custom ones to whatever level we need to, just for fun. One of the things that's going to actually be kind of fun is we will be flip-flopping between these interfaces, but when we do that, just go up to the chooser and you'll be able to flip-flop to where you want to go. I'm going to go ahead and just go home right now. This is a little custom page that Stephen Birkencotter made. It's very, very simple. It's basically like, hey, what do I have under my trucks? You just click a link and instantly, what's doing is it's actually filtering some of your pieces behind those scenes, okay? This same exact report, if I wanted to, I could come here and I could actually say, I'm going to actually just show you kind of the classic way to get to it. I switched to the classic homepage, and there used to be a thing called System Reports, and you'd click on here and you'd say, Stock Units in Inventory, go, and then you could click on, hey, do I just want trucks, or do I want to filter it a little bit? Like, there's different things. What Steve did is he basically created some shortcut links so that you're like, bam, just get me there quick, okay? So watch this. If I click on trucks, it's the exact same report I was just doing, but it took me about 4 steps to get there. That's kind of the old, what we call the classic way, but it actually has a ton of power. It just kind of depends on what's going on. So one of the things that, I'm going to go home again, and we've just kind of been bouncing in there, but let's go ahead and go back to, let's see what they have under SUVs. Got a couple SUVs, a Land Rover and a Toyota FJ Cruiser. Awesome. So if I click on this little number right here, 29, this is actually what it's called, its stock number. This is a system-generated number, and basically what it is this is the key element of this. Now, depending on your permissions, you can actually switch different modes. Like right now, you can see like, hey, what did it cost me? Is there any interest that's been accumulating on this? Did I have to add any slush fund money? Did I do outside repairs, internal tickets, like et cetera, et cetera? The other cool thing that makes it kind of fun is there's a little link right here that says switch modes. So if you switch modes, you're instantly into, you can see your little FJ Cruiser, some of your photo gallery stuff. You click on it and just having fun that way. Let's go right back to the main piece. But anyway, switching modes goes from, watch this, see how it says up here at the top, unit detail page? If I switch modes, it's actually the same one. All it does is it just shows details versus photos. And so what it is Tanya, for instance, if your husband, he's working the deal, he wants to kind of see the numbers, okay? But if somebody's looking over his shoulder, here's the customer-friendly version of that, okay? While we're here, one of the fun things that we can do is introduce the quick search. This little option right up here, let me get my marker out, kind of highlight it. This right here is a miniature version of the quick search. Okay, and what it does is the reason we call it a miniature version is because originally what we had is we had a bigger version. This right here is the bigger version of the quick search, okay, from the classic homepage. However, what happened was David Birkencotter, one of the partners in Adilas, he used to always come back here to add some of his photos to his expenses and stuff. Like he was trying to scan his pictures. He's like, man, I always have to go back home and then go here, go back home and then jump. And he's like, is there any way we can do this? And so what ended up happening is we're like, heck yeah, we'll let you do that. So if we were right here on that same vehicle, this same piece allows you to now jump. So if he knew the expense number that he wanted to attach that photo to, or even if you wanted to go look up a certain stock number, it's your quick jump area. So it's really handy that way. So if you click on this right here, you can see that you have a number of options. They're all permission driven. So they're not just standard things that you get. You have to kind of click some permissions to add those. But the two that we're going to talk about right now are stock unit customer and stock unit full. Okay? So stock unit customer will take me right to a photo gallery. So say I say stock unit customer and I go 21. That's the stock unit I'm looking for, and I hit go. Takes me right to this particular photo gallery for this particular unit. Okay. If I do the exact same thing, stock number full, and I say I enter it, let's just try 14. I have no clue what this one is actually. You can see how it basically took me right into it. This is a Porsche, a 911 Porsche. You can tell whoever was having fun with this was actually kind of doing some high-end vehicles, but like the difference is just literally full gets you your details, and the other one actually gets you your pictures and stuff. So it's just kind of fun. You can sell it from either mode. It doesn't make a bit of difference. But the one difference that it does make is if you're trying to edit things and you're in the customer mode, it actually locks some of the fields and kind of hides them. But if you're in the full mode, it actually unlocks some of your fields. Okay, so right here, say we're in this Porsche. I'm on stock unit 14, currently in the customer mode or the photo gallery of this. If I click Edit Unit, I just wanted to show you a couple of things that get locked down that you can't see. Date, price, some floor plan stuff. Like, I'm kind of like, oh, I'm not going to show you that right now because if you're in customer mode, I'm assuming somebody may be looking over your shoulder or you might be sharing your monitor or whatever. And so watch this. We basically just did this exact same link. I'm going to hit my back button one time, which is the same as using your browser back button. Piece of cake. And I'm going to switch modes so that I'm in the kind of the full mode. Now if I go to Edit Unit, it's the exact same link. You'll notice if I scroll down, I'll see some of the date in. I can now modify it. I can come down to base price and shipping and et cetera, et cetera. And if I had floor plan, then I could even come into some of my floor plan pieces. Okay. Floor plan is a completely different permission, but looks like somebody was having fun with doing all kinds of big old huge long notes for this particular one. How funny. But anyway, there's a bunch of different pieces. We will be getting in here and playing a little bit. I just wanted to kind of show you around lightly. One of the cool things about inventory and stock units is if you get to the inventory search page, you can filter things. So if you have multiple locations, you could actually say, hey, I just want to see what I have in Aspen, go. And it'll just pull your A locations or your Aspen locations. So what this was is originally we had a number of different little locations that we were in. So I just switched it to Dallas and said search. It just brought me back 7 records from Dallas. That's just one little search option. If you wanted to, you could be like, I want everything that's in Dallas and only, let's say I only want the autos that are in Dallas. I can hit search. So it's slowly limiting that down. Now if I'm looking at this, I see a Bentley and a Cadillac and a Mercedes. Let's actually grab Mercedes. So I'm going to hit back one more time, and I'm going to say make, and let's grab Mercedes. So now I'm going to say Dallas Auto Mercedes, search it. So basically you can keep filtering down your records if you needed to. It makes it really easy that way. If you actually wanted just a specific one, say you wanted one of these little guys right here, these ML500, that's actually their model. So stock units go like this, a year, a make, and a model, and then that's kind of how they're all categorized. But if you wanted to, you could literally keep going. So if I come in here and I say model 500, it's going to get Dallas Auto Mercedes and 500s, go. You can see that it keeps just slowly pulling you down more and more and more. We didn't even search the whole thing. Most of your text searches inside of Atlas have wildcards. And Tanya, what do you know about a wildcard in a search?
If you add a character, it then lets you search for partial things that you're looking for.
Okay, awesome. So we searched for 500, but watch this. If I just did 5, it would do the exact same thing, okay? It actually found the 550 as well. But just so you know, most of what it is in behind the scenes, this is technical, but you have to talk to the big database, and you use a thing called SQL, which is a structured query language. And what it is we wrap it in what's a thing called like. So instead of saying exact, we basically say like, and then we add some wildcards on that. You could even do 0. You don't even have to do the start of it. Like this is the particular model for this one, the S550. Okay, it pulled up one of the 5, so it wasn't even the starting piece of some of these different little pieces. So you can anywhere in there, and as we get deeper and deeper, you'll be like, oh my goodness, the quick search will be your friend. This will be your huge friend as far as that goes. One of the things that I would like to show you is as far as that, what we were doing is we were right here and we were kind of just basically playing with some little inventory searching. What I wanted to do is scroll down just a little bit and show you how we can really knock it out of the park. Okay, Stock units have close to 100 different fields that we're recording information on. And the reason that we're recording all this information is originally when we were having our startup as our company, they were actually tracking all of their inventory on spreadsheets and then mailing it around and chasing their tail and wasting lots of money. But that's how we did it. That's how we did it. And this was actually even in 2000s. Like it might feel like, wow, like I could see somebody doing that in like the 80s or something like that. But like the thing is most people will just kind of try to solve their need, whatever it was. And this was our current need. Like imagine if you have 100 different vehicles sitting on your lot and you have 5 lots and each one is worth at least 5,000 to say 30,000. Those are big ticket items, okay? You want to track those babies. Those are kind of fun going on like that. So what I wanted to show you down here was you can actually build your own reports as well. So it's just a point-and-click interface for stock units. Say we wanted photo and location, and let's go get some style and trim, and maybe we'll add a color and the description and the engine, and I will do the price, and we'll just call that good for now. There's tons, and maybe I want to see the age. Maybe I want to see how old these guys are. Once again, I can filter it by any sort of different little pieces I wanted. I can even search parts of VIN numbers or colors or whatever. So if I wanted color and say I just wanted black, I could go black, and it would allow me to search it. You can sort them by tons of different ways, lots of stuff. I'm just going to hit get the report. So it pulled back 16 records. This one right here says I don't have a photo. So if I click on the no photo, it takes me to the add photo section. And if I click on the other ones that do have a photo, it's Bentley, it'll actually take me to its gallery. That's kind of just a little differentiation that it kind of makes there. Okay, so cool. We have age and price and engine and description. And say I didn't want this profit percentage in here. You can actually tell like how much you're going to be making. Basically, like it's a hidden field. How much room do I have? Basically, you can see right here where it says generically this 27. If I click on this particular stock unit right here, what it's doing is it's basically doing a light version of this. What's my profit percentage? I currently have a basis of $23,000 in this one, which includes a little bit of interest and some of this, but I'm trying to sell it for $31,900. So basically it says, hey, your profit is going to be around $8,000, which is about a 27% margin. So this one that we were looking at right here, this little number doesn't mean a whole lot to other people, but somebody who's like quick, they're like, okay, I've got some room, I can work with this. Okay, hey, how about if we go for like car dealerships, they haggle and haggle and haggle. So price is definitely a variable. They like to kind of do that type of stuff. So that's kind of fun in that way. But if you don't want it, watch this. You can literally just go like this, hit back one more time, come up here and say the profit percentage, gone. Go right back, say get the report, and it's gone. Piece of cake. So you can basically dictate whatever you wanted. If you wanted it to get all your different little pieces, you could come in here and just start clicking and having fun. You're like, okay, show me a bunch of these, and I'm just clicking on them for fun, but like just to show you how it's going to kind of expand the report. Basically, you can kind of already tell, but it basically just kind of keeps building that report, and then it puts it into that format for you. So that makes it kind of fun.